6 months ago, in the warmth of a Miami evening, Kelly and I exchanged vows, promising a lifetime of love and adventure. Yet, as fate would have it, the demands of our hectic lives pressed upon us, and the dreamy honeymoon we envisioned remained a distant reverie. But behold, the allure of the approaching Christmas vacation beckoned, offering us a respite from the chaos of corporate obligations. Determined to seize the moment, we decided to embark on a journey to the untamed beauty of the Everglades National Park, a sanctuary of nature's wonders waiting to be explored. As the sun bathed Miami in a golden glow, we packed our car with anticipation, stuffing it to the brim with essentials and dreams. The air was infused with the promise of adventure, and our hearts danced to the rhythm of freedom. The weather, as if conspiring with our newfound joy, was nothing short of spectacular. With each passing mile, the weight of our tiredness lifted, replaced by the exhilaration of the open road. The city's skyscrapers faded into the background as we ventured into the vast expanse of the Everglades, a canvas painted with the lush greens and tranquil blues of the untouched wilderness. Our excitement mirrored the clear skies above, and the journey became a celebration of love, spontaneity, and the joy of being lost in each other's company. The anticipation of finally experiencing our delayed honeymoon elevated the adventure to a crescendo of happiness. As the clock neared 7 p.m., our weary but excited hearts guided us to the welcoming embrace of Homestead, a quaint city nestled near the main entrance of the Everglades National Park. The vibrant hues of the setting sun painted the sky, bidding farewell to the day and paving the way for a night of rest and rejuvenation. Feeling the weight of our adventure-laden day, we sought refuge in the comfort of a familiar haven, the Hampton Inn and Suites. Its doors opened to us like a portal to tranquility, promising a respite from the day's travels. Eagerly, we checked into our cozy abode, a sanctuary that would cradle us in comfort. The room welcomed us with open arms, its plush furnishings and soothing ambience signaling a haven for tired souls. The weariness of the journey began to fade as we succumbed to the allure of the soft bed, a luxurious promise of a night's undisturbed rest. As the first rays of dawn timidly brushed the edges of the curtains, we stirred from our deep slumber, the excitement of exploring the Everglades fueling our early rise. But alas, reality struck like a clock with a broken alarm, and we discovered, to our chagrin, that instead of waking up at 5:30 a.m., we had overslept until the unusual hour of 5:30 p.m. The day had stealthily slipped through our grasp, leaving us with a veil of mystery over what culinary delights the hotel had conjured for dinner. We chuckled at the shared misfortune, realizing that even the best laid plans could succumb to the sweet siren song of a comfortable hotel bed. Undeterred by our culinary amnesia, we resolved to salvage the day by exploring the enchanting Everglades National Park. However, as we stepped outside, a curtain of disappointment descended upon us. The sun had long retired, leaving the landscape cloaked in shadows. The realization hit hard. Our window to explore the mystical park had closed. Undeterred and determined to make the most of our evening, we decided to stay within the cocoon of our hotel room. After refreshing ourselves with a soothing shower, I, David, felt a strange pull, an inexplicable curiosity that beckoned me beyond the confines of our room. Venturing into the hotel lobby at 6:30 p.m., an eerie quietude greeted me. The usually bustling space wore an unfamiliar cloak of silence, broken only by the distant hum of a flickering overhead light. The air, thick with a sense of anticipation, seemed to hold its breath. As I traversed the dimly lit corridor, I noticed the hotel's deserted state, with only a few solitary figures occupying the once lively spaces. The hushed conversations and muted footsteps lent an air of mystery to the atmosphere, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something peculiar lingered in the hotel's shadows. The reception desk stood vacant, devoid of the usual cheerful staff. It was as if time had taken a pause, and I found myself caught in a moment suspended between reality and the unknown. The few individuals present cast furtive glances in my direction, their expressions inscrutable, adding to the enigma that had enveloped the once familiar lobby. Returning to the sanctuary of our hotel room, I shared the peculiarities I had encountered in the lobby with Kelly, my partner in both love and mystery. As I described the uncanny stillness and the palpable air of secrecy that hung in the corridors, her eyes widened with a mixture of curiosity and a hint of trepidation. Unfazed by the mysterious aura that clung to the hotel's atmosphere, we turned our attention to a more immediate concern: the growling protests of our hungry stomachs. With the Everglades adventure postponed, we found solace in the simple pleasures of indulging in a makeshift dinner of chocolates, cookies, and whatever snacks our travel bags concealed. The room, dimly lit and cocooned in a warm glow, became our haven as we reveled in the shared laughter and whispers of our own secrets. As the clock approached midnight, a sudden and unexpected disruption shattered the tranquility of our hotel room, a persistent knock on the door accompanied by a voice declaring, "Room service." Bewildered and slightly disoriented, I exchanged a puzzled glance with Kelly. The clock on the nightstand insisted that it was not the customary hour for room service to make an appearance, and skepticism crept into my thoughts. "We don't need anything," I called out, assuming there must be some mistake. However, the knocking persisted, growing more insistent with each passing moment. A tinge of unease crawled up my spine as the unseen visitor continued to request entry, their insistence bordering on the unsettling. "We're fine, thank you," I repeated, trying to shake off the disconcerting feeling that had settled in the room. As the knocks persisted, a chill crept into the air, and the voice on the other side of the door underwent a sinister transformation. The once polite room service now took on a haunting quality, a malevolent undertone that sent shivers down our spines. The transition from an ordinary request to a chilling refrain turned our initial confusion into a cocktail of fear and bewilderment. "Open the door," the voice demanded, its tone now devoid of the courtesy that had masked its intentions earlier. The words seemed to linger in the air, each syllable dripping with an unsettling sense of urgency. Kelly and I exchanged alarmed glances, the mystery of the night taking an unforeseen and ominous turn. The feeling of being trapped within the confines of our hotel room intensified as the voice outside grew more insistent, its nightmarish quality casting a pall over our once tranquil evening. With fear coursing through our veins and the unsettling voice on the other side of the door refusing to relent, Kelly and I found ourselves trapped in a nightmare. In the midst of this eerie encounter, our mobile phones betrayed us, their screens displaying a cold, "no service" message cutting us off from the outside world. In a moment of desperate realization, I hurriedly reached for the intercom and dialed the number for the hotel reception. A flicker of hope ignited as a male voice crackled through the line. Frantically, I recounted the nightmarish scenario unfolding in our room, detailing the ominous transformation of the supposed room service into a source of terror. The voice on the other end of the line, calm and composed, assured us that there was no reason to succumb to fear. He pledged to dispatch someone to our room, a beacon of reassurance in the midst of the inexplicable horror that had descended upon us. As the abrupt cessation of the knocking resonated in the room, a deafening silence settled, casting a momentary stillness upon the atmosphere. The steps outside our door, which had echoed with an eerie persistence, now retreated, leaving behind an unsettling void. The room remained shrouded in an apprehensive hush, and a lingering fear gripped our hearts. My trembling hand reached for the intercom once more, a lifeline to the outside world that now seemed more elusive than ever. The voice on the other end of the line crackled to life once again, but this time, the tone carried an unexpected revelation. "There is no one assigned to your room, and no staff was sent your way," the receptionist calmly stated, his words like a chilling whisper in the dark. The receptionist calmly urged us to leave the perceived safety of our room and make our way to the hotel's reception. "There is nothing to be afraid of," he reassured, his words conflicting with the residual fear that clung to us like a specter. With trepidation and uncertainty, Kelly and I exchanged wary glances. The once cozy confines of our room now felt like a cage, and the hotel's invitation to the reception was laden with an air of mystery. The air thickened with tension as Kelly and I hesitated, our hands still on the door lock, paralyzed by the intensity of the chilling scream that reverberated through the hallway. The sudden and piercing sound gripped our hearts, freezing us in place, as if time itself had halted. After what felt like an eternity, a hauntingly familiar voice, the same voice that had reassured us from the reception, echoed outside our door. "Open the door! Don't be afraid! We will serve you well!" It entreated, but the once soothing tone now carried an unsettling tremor that sent shivers down our spines. With a shared glance of trepidation, Kelly and I chose caution over curiosity, keeping the door securely locked. The echoes of the mysterious voice outside faded into the silence of the night, leaving us in a tense limbo. As the minutes passed, the hotel corridor regained its stillness, and the eerie events seemed to dissolve into the shadows. The mysteries of that fateful night remained unsolved, a haunting enigma that lingered in our memories long after the echoes had faded. Morning eventually broke, casting a hesitant light on the remnants of a night cloaked in fear and uncertainty.